Hi everyone and Happy New Year! If you're new around here, my name is Jen and I'm glad you're here. I think I'm just finally starting to come down from all the hustle and bustle from over the holidays. It was a very busy time, and Merry Christmas to everyone who celebrates. I hope you have all had a wonderful holiday. But I wanted to take this opportunity to sit down and chat with you all about a bunch of different things. It's going to be kind of a chatty sort of vlog. We're going to dive into some of the Christmas presents I got. We're also going to look into some of my goals for next year for 2024, which I'm very excited to get into. And then I'll be answering some of your questions. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you do, because I did post for you guys to send in some questions for me to get to know me a little bit more. So I'm going to run through all those at the end of the video. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But let's get started. Let's look into some of the Christmas gifts I got. The first Christmas gift I got is actually something that you cannot see. It is a phone tripod, which my phone is currently on, and it actually is a telescopic tripod. My old tripod wasn't extendable or anything. Like, it had these things can move and be gripped around things, but I always had to MacGyver a bunch of boxes or anything if I wanted to get the right angle. So now with this telescopic one, and I can adjust it to different heights, I can move it around, and it's also portable because it folds down to this size as well. So I'm very happy that I got it, and I'm excited to put it to good use in filming all my videos. A lot of the stuff I'm going to show you is mostly Disney related, because I feel like a lot of my audience is into Disney, and a few other things are, not Disney related, but I am very happy to have received them and I want to share them with you. So anyways, the next thing that I received was this, I think it's from Coach. It is a notebook cover and it has the Disney characters on it. I think this print is also on a bunch of Coach purses. They're like winter line or whatever. I don't really follow a lot of label stuff, but I did see it pop up a lot on like my Instagram feeds and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so cute. I really love it. And it came with this notebook inside. It's just a Coach notebook and just has a bunch of lined pages. So I might use it as a journal. I might use it to write down ideas, that sort of thing, but the cover itself is made out of leather, and I just loved the little Disney design on it. Every year I always ask for a new one of these, and it is the Thomas Kincaid calendar, the Disney one, of course. If you watch the cruise vlogs from when we went on our cruise in November, we saw they had like a Thomas Kincaid art gallery on the ship, which was really cool to see. I loved walking around and looking at his art. I don't think there'd be ever a time that I can afford to buy his art, but I love getting the calendar. You get different art every month, and I always like to get something new to look at every month, and it's Disney related. So I'm very excited usually I get this actually for my birthday, because my birthday's in January. And usually calendars will go on sale once the new year starts, but I got this one early, so I'm happy about that. Some more Disney things. Now, some of these I'm like very excited about because they are more on the vintage side of things. And if you are a Disney collector, or if, let's say if you were like born in the 90s or earlier, you'll probably appreciate this stuff. So the first thing that I've got here is this Disney's Christmas Stories book. It's a book that was published from the 1980s, and I imagine it's something that I probably had when I was a kid, but I love it. It's so cute. It has like Chip and Dale, and it's so classic Disney. And I just love it. I just feel like I could go through this and read it, even though it's a children's book. I love it so much. I love the artwork. And again, it just reminds me of when I was a kid. So I like that a lot. This book is probably the mother of all books that you could probably get if you are into the art of Disney. It is The Art of Walt Disney book, and this one is by Christopher Finch, and you can see how thick it is. Like, look, this book is massive. Like, it's got to weigh at least 10 pounds. Now, it is missing the cover, I believe, because actually, I'm not sure if you can pick it up on the camera, but if you look at it at a certain angle, you can actually see Mickey on the cover. So I'm not sure if it was actually something that fell off, or maybe it's missing the cover or whatnot. But this book is from the 1970s. It looks like it was published in 1973. So it's an old book, and it goes through the art of Disney, the history of everything, right up to the parks. It would only, I think, get into like the Magic Kingdom and that, but it is just incredible. So let me show you a few pages here. Like, for example, they have this. We've got some Bambi in there. And then, oh geez, you really gotta be careful with these old books. They seem to fall apart really easily. And then towards the end, they also have stuff about the parks there. So I'm really excited to go through it. I have to be very ginger with this though. It's a big book, it's heavy. It smells old, which I don't mind at all, but you can just feel the history of this book, and I am so happy to have it in my collection. The next couple things that I will show you, I found through a friend of mine. She operates a vintage shop. So she goes out, she finds all these vintage things, and she either restores them or resells them, that sort of thing. If you were following me on Instagram, I did share a couple things that she was selling before Christmas that were Disney related, but her Instagram page is called Dwelling on the Past. I can leave a link down below if you are interested. She sometimes will have Disney stuff. She may have other things that you're interested in. She does furniture and vases and other things, books, and lots of different stuff. As a gift to myself, I picked up these 3 pictures. They are Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, there's the Railroad, Walt Disney Railroad, and there's the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, and they all look so nice together. They came in the frames. I want to incorporate more Disney artwork around my home, so I thought these were perfect. The other thing that she had was these Epcot opening day commemorative plates. This came in the box, and I believe these are some commemorative plates that were only sold around the opening day of when Epcot opened. And there was only 7,500 of these plates made. So this one has Future World on it, has the space on there, and on the back, it just has Epcot Center, says that you can see there that it tells you the number, what number plate it is, when it was made, you know, for decoration only, not intended for serving food, of course. So there's that one. The other one has World Showcase on it. I just thought it looked so pretty. Isn't that amazing? I just couldn't believe that she had found these, and I love Epcot so much. It might be my favorite park. I'm still undecided what my favorite park is, but I had to have these. I feel like I've never seen them before anywhere, and they're from the opening day of Epcot, October 1st, 1982. So it just was amazing to me, and it comes with this little pamphlet inside, and it just tells you all about the commemorative plates and what it represents and everything. And I'm just so excited to have this in my collection. I don't really know how I'm going to display them yet, or if I just want to keep them in the box. It's hard to say, so something I have to decide on. I got a couple t-shirts I'm very happy about. They're kind of holiday themed, so this is the first one. We've got some Mickey and Friends on there. I didn't really have a lot of holiday Disney shirts, so I was kind of sad that I didn't have much to wear around Christmas time, but I'm happy I got this one. Alex got this one, and it has Goofy on it. And let's be honest, I may end up wearing it myself as well. I got some new headphones. I got the Bose Quiet Comfort headphones from Alex. These headphones are very lovely. They are noise canceling, and I have already got into them and started using them. I have really been needing a new pair of headphones, especially when I'm editing content and that. I had these old Sony ones, and they would sit on my ears, and I'd always get sweaty ears after a while, and they just weren't very comfortable. I also want to use these when I'm traveling, when I'm on the plane and that. I didn't have any noise canceling, and the earbuds that I had would always fall out of my ears, and they just weren't very good. So anyways, I'm very happy to have these, and I'm excited to use them on my next couple trips as well. This is something that I don't know how to use quite yet, but I ended up getting a drone. Now, this is definitely out of my realm of knowing how to use, so it's going to be something that I need to learn how to use, but I think it's going to really amp up the video content that I have. I know in some cases, at least where I live, you do need a permit or a license to fly one of these. So I'm gonna have to look into all that. But it's interesting. It should be cool. I'm very excited to dive into this and see how it all works. And last, but certainly not least, out of the gifts I got, is a Cricut. I got a Cricut Joy Extra. I have no idea how to use it, but I really wanted to get one because another friend of mine, she has one. I think she has like the bigger version of the Cricut. And I'm always asking her to make me stuff in that. So I wanted to get my own and start making my own things. If any of you own a Cricut or know how to use one, perhaps leave me a comment down below. Give me some tips and tricks or certain things that you love to make on your Cricut, or maybe point me in the direction of some good tutorial videos because I'm definitely going to need it. Moving on to reflecting on 2023 and setting some goals for 2024. 2023 was really a year of growth for me. I started my YouTube channel. I really leaned into it and wanted to grow it, basically, get my feet wet, start doing things, creating videos, learned what worked, learned what didn't work, and decide what I wanted to do. And I've also had a very busy year. We did quite a bit of traveling. You know, we went to Banff, we did Disney, we did the cruise. I went to Jamestown with my mom and my sister to see the I Love Lucy Museum. I went to the Disney 100 exhibit with my sister back in April in Philadelphia. I still can't believe we did that drive. It was a long day of driving each way, and the weather coming back was just crazy. But I was also a bridesmaid in a Indian wedding for my best friend Shanta. So we did lots of wedding stuff. We did the bridal shower, we did the bachelorette party. So there was lots going on this year, and it has been a fabulous year, and I've had so much fun. But it was a very busy year, and I put a lot of like my own needs on the back burner, not because I didn't want to focus on myself or anything like that, but it was just, I was too busy, and I kept thinking to myself like, oh, I'm fine, things are fine. I'll just, do work and do my things with my friends. And it was just a lot of go. So for 2024, I think I really want to focus on some certain things. And I'm going to go through my goals that I've set for 2024. And let's just get into it. Top of my list of goals for 2024 is wellness. I really want to focus on self-care. I think it's been, like I said, put on the back burner for 2023. So my anxiety has been at an all-time high. So I really want to work on reducing my anxiety. I've been looking into things like vagus nerve exercises, which is basically you're calming down my nervous system, doing those exercises on a daily basis. Reduce caffeine. I already don't drink a lot of coffee, but I find that when I do, my anxiety is amped up. I want to improve my mental health, do daily affirmations, have a gratitude journal, think more positively. Just having these things, I think, will really improve my overall well-being. I also want to say no more, not to be negative or anything like that, but I found 2023 was a lot of yes, which is great. I did a lot of things by, saying yes all the time, but sometimes it gets to be too much. Just focusing more time on making sure that I'm okay, checking in with myself, being like, do I really need to go do this? Do I really need to talk to this person? Different things like that. And once I'm reducing my anxiety, I'm hoping that that will allow me to be more in the present. Because again, when we were in Disney, when we were in Banff, when we were on the cruise, I was constantly worrying about the future. I wasn't in the present enough. So I really want to center myself, be able to live in the moment more, and that is definitely a priority for me. Another thing I want to make sure I do is take a yoga class. My building here actually puts on aerobic classes, different social activities, and one of them is usually a yoga class. So I'm definitely going to sign up for that over the winter. I think it'll also really help me get through the winter. Relationships. This I also want to make a very big priority, and that is prioritize quality time with Alex. Even though we live together, I feel like sometimes we don't even see each other that much, and it's hard. Sometimes you just gotta prioritize each other and make time for each other. And another thing I want to work on is communication. I think a lot of relationships can struggle when communication isn't open, or it's difficult to talk to each other about difficult things. I, for one, do not like confrontation, so usually I'm avoiding hard conversations, which again is something I want to work on. So work on communication for sure. Plan monthly date nights. We used to do this back in the day, but it kind of like fell off the radar after a little while because, again, you know, we get busy and it just happens. But I really want to make sure that we plan the monthly date nights so we have that time set aside and we can really focus our time with each other. Cook meals together, have that time to talk if we want to, and it's kind of like a little bonding time sort of thing as well. And we both enjoy cooking. Actually, I think Alex likes cooking more than I do sometimes. He has very good chopping skills, let me tell you. Monthly sister bonding time. I really want to spend more time with my sisters. I do enjoy my time when I am with them though, and I'm finding that it really improves my mood. And I think I just want to spend more time with them. And I think doing a monthly get together with them, or just chat, or doing something fun with them will really improve my overall relationship. This is something that I'm very guilty of and I really want to improve, is initiate get-togethers or conversations with friends. I'm a very introverted person, so I'm happy just to sit at home, do my own thing, and I just wait for people to reach out to me. And it's not because I don't want to talk to you or, you know, do something with you, or I'm not thinking about you. It's not that at all. It's just, I just don't think of it actively, I suppose. Like I'll think of them, but I don't think of to talk to them. So I really want to start initiating the conversation, just reaching out and being like, hey, how are you? Hey, do you want to go grab a coffee? Do you want to go do this? And I have to make sure that I balance it between the self-care as well. So we'll see how that goes. But again, this is something that I want to try and do more going into 2024. For YouTube, I am hoping, I have a goal of reaching 500 subscribers. And that would be great to reach that within a year. I think it's an attainable goal. I'd rather grow a small community and a closer community, and rather than expand really quickly and have a bunch of people that would overwhelm me and maybe not be fully invested in the content that I'm making. I think growing small and like baby steps for me will help, because I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I suffer from social anxiety a lot, and it's a huge step for me to do this kind of stuff, be on camera, talk to you guys. But I'm trying to use YouTube as a way to connect to more people, find people out there that have the same interests as me, and create a small little community here on the internet. I also want to continue to try and release one video a week. I think it's very doable in my 9-to-5 job. Like I do work full time, and it can be very mentally draining, let me tell you. So I'm still doing YouTube as a hobby. It's still something that I want to keep as a hobby. And I feel like if I continue to think of it as a hobby and be able to give you guys like quality over quantity, I don't want to be someone that, you know, suddenly tries to do like 2 to 3 uploads a week and struggle to find content to put out there, right? I don't want to be that way. And I did try to do that even like once a week earlier this year. I was like trying to do the once a week video upload, and even some of my videos that I put out there, I was like, oh, I'm not really, you know, I wasn't really happy with them, but I'm like, oh, I just want to maintain my once a week upload. If I don't have something that I think you guys would find interesting, then I'm not going to upload, you know. It is what it is. And but I hope you guys will stick through. But you know, if I go like an extra week without posting something, then it is what it is. For Instagram, I've been really trying to push to increase my engagement on there. I used to be very selective in when I posted on Instagram, but now I'm really trying to connect with more people, especially more Disney people, find people that are, you know, in the same interest of things as I am. I've really been trying to hone in on like the Disney content on there, because that's really my love, and that's what I love to share, and that's what I love to talk about. I really want to try and comment more on people's posts and that, but again, I just want to try and connect with more of you. I have a couple personal goals. So a lot of people tend to want to be more productive, and usually for goals, that's what it is, right? Like be more productive, get things done, you know, that sort of thing. But for me, I feel like I just need to slow down sometimes. So I have on here to have one lazy day per month. I was gonna put per week, but I feel like I might not want to do that because I'm the type of person that's always wanting to do something. But sometimes I do find that that does wear down on me, and to the point where I'm on burnout and then I'm just on the couch. But then when I'm on the couch, I'm feeling guilty because I feel like I should be doing something. Like it's a vicious cycle. It's so bad. So I really want to try and do that. Try and be lazy and, you know, embrace my laziness, that sort of thing. I also want to play and beat 2 new video games. Our Switch has been broken for, gosh, months now. Alex, bless his soul, he did try to look at it. He did try to fix it himself, but I really want to get it fixed so I can start playing video games again, because there are a few, like I have Zelda Breath of Wild, or the second one, that I haven't even gotten into. I played like maybe a few hours of it, and then the Switch broke. So I really want to get back in and play those games, and that can be maybe part of my lazy day as well. I want to learn a new skill. I've got, like I showed you, I got the cricket and I got the drone. I think those 2 things will be something new that I can learn for sure, because again, I have no idea how to use the cricket and I have no idea how to use the drone. So that will be very cool to learn and figure out how to use those. And last, I want to watch 2 new Netflix series, whether it be a TV. It doesn't have to be like specifically Netflix. It could be on another streaming platform. If you have any suggestions of Netflix series that you guys have watched, please, again, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what those ones are that you might have, and I can check them out. I should tell you though, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be Netflix. I have Amazon Prime, Netflix, and Disney Plus at the moment. So if you've been watching anything on those platforms, let me know and I'll check it out. Now let me get into answering the questions that a few of you sent in. If you did send in a question, thank you so much. So the first question is, what are you most excited about for your first Disney cruise? Can I just say that the thing that I'm most excited for is the fact that I am going on a Disney cruise. It just seems so out of the realm of possibility for such a long time, because I mean, for us Canadians, it is rather expensive with the US dollar exchange, and it just, for the length of time that you're going, it always feels like it's more than what a, you know, Walt Disney World vacation would be. But at the end of the day, if you kind of add up the cost and look at the difference, it probably ends up being almost cheaper to go on a cruise in a certain way, just because like you have your food included in that. I'm just so excited to be going on a Disney cruise. I really am looking forward to pretty much everything, like looking at the ship, seeing the staterooms, having that Disney service, going and into the restaurants. Like Animator's Palette looks amazing, and just being on a ship and everything having that Disney flair, that Disney service, seeing the characters on there, and also hearing the like horns play the music. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna be in disbelief. Like I'm almost getting emotional, the fact that I'm going. But again, like it just feels like it's a dream. And I think it will until I'm actually walking onto the ship, but I'm just so excited just to be going on a Disney cruise. Next question. When was your first visit to Disney and what do you remember the most? I was probably about 3 or 4 the first time I went to Disney. And it's funny, like the memory that I have has nothing to do with being in the parks or being at Disney, which is kind of funny. My parents owned a timeshare at, I think it was like the Marriott. I forget which one, but one of the Marriotts there. And I distinctly remember the tile floor that was in this little condo that we had. And I remember having, going in and having a bath with my sister. We were very little at the time. If I have a specific Disney memory of when I was in the parks, I do remember seeing the horses in Magic Kingdom that pull those carriages around. And I distinctly remember being like, I want to go see the horse. And I was telling my dad, like, I want to go see the horse. And he ended up, talking to me more or just not listening to me. And then the horse starts walking away. And I remember being so sad because I was like, but I wanted to go see the horse. What started your love for Disney? I think what ultimately started my love for Disney was the movies. I will always go back to those movies. Cinderella, Bambi, The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast. And I just loved the animation. I loved the songs, and I just loved how it made me feel. And it always just brought me so much joy watching all the movies and stuff. And then when I finally went to Walt Disney World, it just opened up a whole new world for me, basically. And that is what makes me love Disney so much. Next, Disney trip plans. Well, Disney is always on the horizon for me. I'm telling you, if I don't have a Disney trip planned or in the works, then I get really sad. So I can say that we do have a trip planned for the first quarter of 2024. And of course, I have the Disney cruise in the, I'd say, last quarter of 2024. So that was all the Disney related questions. And then the other question I got was, how did you and Alex meet? We actually met in grade 3 and 4. We went to the same public school and same high school as well. And we were actually pretty close friends for a few years, up right until the time that I graduated from public school. I was actually a year ahead of him. I'm a year older than him. So I graduated, and I actually don't know exactly why we stopped talking or how we grew apart or that sort of thing. And we just didn't talk for several years. I think we didn't talk for probably almost 13 years. And I was actually in a relationship for 8 years before I broke that off. And once that relationship ended, I finally decided to go back on Facebook and reconnect with people that I hadn't talked to in a long time. So I went on Facebook, I was looking at, friends of friends, and then all of a sudden, Alex popped up, and I was like, oh, I know this guy. Let me just add him as a friend. Usually when you add people as a friend on Facebook, you're not expecting much, right? So just started chatting. We chatted for like several hours and, caught up on 13 years of not talking to each other. And from there, our relationship kind of blossomed, and, get-togethers started to become dates. He owned a motorcycle at the time. So he's like, hey, Jen, you want to come ride on my motorcycle? I'm like, yeah, I do. The rest is history, basically. We dated for 5 years and then we got married. I mean, I guess the short answer is we met in elementary school, and that's where we met. And again, we've known each other for a very long time. Okay, so that is all the questions. I hope I answered them all, and thank you again for sending them in. I'm so excited for 2024. I'm excited for the new year. My birthday is going to be coming up in a couple weeks, and I've got a couple things planned for that. I also have a few things planned for the month of January that I will likely be bringing you all along with me and sharing the experiences in that. So stay tuned. I've got more content coming your way. And I just wanted to thank you all so much for joining along on my journey in 2023. I can't express gratitude enough, and the fact that I took the leap to go on YouTube. I just love being able to put myself out there in a way that's comfortable for me, and then connecting with you all. So again, thank you so much for being there. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting, giving the videos a thumbs up, letting me know you're out there and watching. And it just motivates me to keep on going in this little corner of the internet. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I wish you all a very happy, healthy 2024, and I will see you all again in the next video. Bye, everyone.